In today's video, we're going to go through the 18 different companies that paid me dividends in the month of December. And I'm so excited because it's really the best month yet. So we're going to get started right here. And this is Intel, ticker symbol INTC. And they paid us $33.28 for the 92.76 shares that we own. The goal certainly is going to be to try to get to 100 shares by the time the next dividend rolls around. At any rate, Intel's been growing their dividend for 8 years with a 5-year dividend growth rate of 6.26%. Payout ratio is 50.79%. And they've got a dividend yield right now of 5.52%. The second company to pay us was Johnson & Johnson, and our 9.2 shares paid us out $10.81. They've got 60 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 6.03%, payout ratio is just 44.06%, and right now it's a 2.56% yield. And this brings us to a total of $44.09 so far. We own 46.2 shares of Jeppy, and they paid us $25.66, bringing our total to $69.75. We own 9.28 shares of Home Depot right now, and they paid us $17.10. Home Depot's got 13 years of growing their dividend with a 5-year dividend growth rate, which is pretty impressive at 16.38%. Payout ratio is just under 46%, and the dividend yield right now is 2.41%. And this brings our total to $86.85. Next up is 3M. With 64 years of dividend growth, our 7.14 shares paid us out $3.52. They've got a 5-year dividend growth rate of 4.86%, payout ratio just under 59%, and a just under 5% dividend yield, bringing our dividend total so far to $90.37. Next to pay us this month was SCHD. With 10 years of dividend growth and a 5-year dividend growth rate of 13.74%, our 51.65 shares paid us out $34.36. The dividend yield right now is 3.39%, giving us a total so far of $124.73. Next up is Barings Business Development Company. They've got 3 years of dividend growth, but a negative 5-year dividend growth rate. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I need to get myself out of this position, but I will happily accept that $14.19 while I'm still in it for the 59 shares that we own. They've got a very hefty yield of 11.78% and the payout ratio of 92%. And with that $14, it brings our total up to $138.92. Next up is Realty Income, ticker symbol O. They've got 26 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 3.86%, and a dividend yield right now of 4.7%. This monthly payer, of which we own 81 shares, paid us $20.22 this month, bringing our total up to $159.14. The next monthly payer of the bunch is Main Street Capital. They have no years of dividend growth, but a 5-year dividend growth rate of 3.03%. We presently own 90.96 shares, and so we received $22.68 this month. The dividend yield pretty hefty over here at Main Street at 7.31%. And that brings our total to $181.82. We are halfway through the list, and now we are landing here on Pfizer with 12 years of dividend growth. They've got a 5-year dividend growth rate of 5.7%. They paid us $5.63 this month for the 14.2 shares we own. They have a payout ratio of 24.39% and a forward dividend yield of 3.2%. And that additional $5 brings us up to $187.45. We presently own 12.4 shares of Chevron, and so they paid us $17.25. They've got a forward yield of 3.16%, payout ratio is only 32%, and they've got 35 years of dividend growth. 5-year dividend growth rate's a little on the lighter side at 5.63%, but I'm still happy to take that $17. And that's just what we needed to bump over that 200 mark, bringing us to $204.70. Next up is Stag Industrials, also a monthly payer. They paid us $2.44 for the 20 shares that we own. They've got 11 years of dividend growth and a 5-year dividend growth rate definitely on the lower side at 0.77%. The forward yield, however, is 4.52%. This brings our total up to $207.14. We got 6 more companies to go, and here we are at Raytheon. They've got 29 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 4.76%, and we have 12 shares of Raytheon right now. I would definitely like to increase my position here, but they paid us $6.68 with a dividend yield of 2.18% and a payout ratio of 46%, bringing our total up to $213.82. Next up is Oland. We've got 0 years of dividend growth and a 0% 5-year dividend growth rate, but we do have 47 shares of Oland, and they paid us $7.87. With a payout ratio of only 8.58%, this company definitely has room to raise this dividend. Let's all hope that they do. Dividend yield is pretty low at 1.51%, but I'll take the $7.87 that they paid us, because that brings us up to $221.69 this month. Next up is my favorite chocolate company. With 13 years of dividend growth and a 5-year dividend growth rate of 8.74%, my half a share paid us 79 cents. Look for this position to grow in the future, you guys. I'm all about it. Payout ratio is 45.65%, and they've got a 1.79% yield. And while that 79 cents will barely buy me a few Hershey Kisses, it did bring me up to $222.48 of dividend income. Right now, we only own 5 shares of HDV, but my goal is to definitely grow this position in this ETF moving forward. They've got 1 year of dividend growth and a 5-year dividend growth rate of 4.73%. The dividend yield right now is pretty good at 3.56%, and they paid us $1.14 for the 5 shares that we own. And that brings our total up to $223.62. T. Rowe Price paid us $37.86 this month because we own 31.7 shares. They've got 36 years of dividend growth, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 16.05%, and right now that forward yield is 4.4%. And this brings our total up to $261.48. We own 6.3 shares of Lockheed Martin, and they paid us $19.01. With 20 years of dividend growth and a 5-year dividend growth rate of 8.85%, the payout ratio is only just under 42%, and they've got a fair yield at 2.47%. And that right there brings us to a grand total for December dividends of $280.49, and it's my very best month so far, and I'm really pretty excited about it. And what's even better is the progression month over month. And you can see that those months that are highlighted here in gray, March, June, September, and December, they're all in kind of that same dividend tract. And my goal is always to grow from the last quarter to this quarter, where I'm adding additional shares and seeing those dividends continue to roll in. And the best part of all this is that my total for the year is $1,514.59 for all of 2022. And I just can't wait to see what's going to happen in 2023. Now, which companies paid you dividends in the month of December? Please leave me a comment below and check out this video next.